Maybe we shouldn't have told them that.
That's all we
Okay.
Oh, that's not like.
It's 10:29, guys. Thanks.
Well,
Just tap on it and tell me if it's too loud for you.
that's okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're. I was just waiting for 10:30 to kick over.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, no, I know. It's Steve minutes early, so 10:29.
And it's the opposition Stephen Latino. Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round, live from Springfield Park, a standalone Premier Division clash today between Whitehorse and Donvale. A massive grand final, the second grand final rematch between these two. Of course, these two meeting in the Premier B grand final rematch, and we're joined immediately by Jared Sun, Josh Wood, and Dylan Smith. Jared, thanks for taking some time out of pre-game and having a chat with us ahead of what is a big occasion for the entire Whitehorse Pioneers Football Netball Club.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, Indigenous Round is really important, and being a grand final rematch, we've got a really good rivalry with this team.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's looking to be a good day, hopefully.
And just on the occasion in general, of course, the girls are running out in the Indigenous jumpers now. How excited were they to wear what is, well, we keep saying it, quite spectacular Indigenous jumpers?
Yeah, they're absolutely wrapped. They obviously unveiled them once we finally got them during the week, and they're just proud to be wearing them, I guess. Then, as you said, they are very good-looking jumpers. So.
Hi, Jared, Dylan Smith.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you about the team sheets at the moment. So you've got the outs there with Phoebe Joy, Iona Cameron, and also Macris. Which one of those do you think will be the most crucial out for you guys?
They're all probably equally important, in particularly Phoebe and Cammy as their ruck options. So, first game without both of them this year, or without Phoebe and Cammy being in the same team. So, we'll just see how that pans out. It's obviously pretty big ruck combos there. So.
But you got some pretty handy inclusion. Monique Trussler coming back from VFLW duties just adds a bit more experience to the lineup, doesn't she? And she's had a great season whenever she's been available for the side.
Yeah, she's been fantastic this year. She definitely adds something to our team, as you guys have seen. It's good. She just lifts everyone around her, but the group's pretty good like that too. We do have some good experience there with our more experienced players, so they tend to lift everyone with them.
And any other players to keep a close eye on? There's many stars in this lineup.
Yeah, obviously we've got Bree Holland, and we've got Bach, we've got Kyla, who's also come from Doggies, Fish, it goes without saying, Milky. I mean, we've got the list on. I love them all, so it's hard to single anyone out.
Fair enough. Well, we better let you go and get ready for what is a big clash. Thanks for jumping on and having a chat with us, Jared. Good luck for today.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers,
Have a
mate.
good day.
We thank you, Jared Sun there for coming on and having a chat with us. And we're joined by the Donvale women's coach, Stephen Latino, who's also been good enough to take some time out of his pre-game and have a chat with us. Stephen, thanks for jumping on ahead of, as I said to Jared, what is a massive clash against the side that you've built a really nice rivalry with in the last couple of years.
Yeah, thanks for that. It's good to get on here every now and then each year. So, yeah, we have built a bit of a rivalry, having played at least 4 or 5 times last year during a short-sighted division. So, yeah, we do enjoy coming out here to play Whitehorse every time and playing them at home. So it's been really good.
And do they pump themselves up for this game in particular, just given obviously how even it is between between the two sides?
Yeah, so we obviously got the history. We do have a fair few new players though that haven't had a chance to really enjoy that rivalry so far. So yeah, it definitely filters through the group though from the players that have been there a long time, and it does go through, and we always do look forward to playing Whitehorse.
You obviously stepped up this year to Premier Division after being in Premier B last year and being very successful, obviously, with the grand final. How have you found the step up? You haven't got the win as yet. Is this sort of where you expected to be coming up into the division? Or
We knew it would be a challenge. So obviously last year we had the the games against the Premier A and a couple during the year. So we knew the talent and what was required to play in a Premier A or Premier Division, and we definitely knew the challenge was there. Having a bit of a turnover in the team has made it a bit more of a challenge than we thought, but we definitely knew what we were walking into, and we're all better for it. So the development that the group's gone through in the last 6 games has been outstanding, so I'm really proud of them.
Josh and I were also discussing your starting ruck for the game. We were debating whether it's out of Jumper and
Grace Hartman.
Grace Hartman was the other one. Yeah. Who's getting the gig today?
So Grace will start in. We have a couple of outs today, so we've actually got Jumper on the wing to start with. So it's been a little bit of a shuffle around with our players, but Grace is a first-year player, and she's just developed really, really well into a ruck, and she's putting all the extras in, and so we're giving her the shot to start off in the ruck today, and we're looking forward to what she can bring.
And there's plenty of good inclusions as well. Bree Silver comes back into the lineup, and Alicia Sparks, both for their first games of 2023. Must be pretty happy to have those on the list today.
Yeah, Bree played obviously in our team last year, all the way through the year. She just had a few commitments that she couldn't play this year, but she's happy to come down and help us out today. But definitely a handy inclusion, as well as Arissa, who has played football for quite a while as a junior. Not too much senior football, but definitely has the talent and the knowledge to play at this level. And
I just want to focus on one player that's come into the lineup this year, Nikila Butler. Obviously, I think she missed last year due to injury, and she's made an immediate impact and adds that AFLW list experience. And how crucial has she been, and how much have you enjoyed her do her thing this year?
Yeah, it's fantastic to have Butsy in the team. So last year, one of our training sessions did her ACL, unfortunately, and missed the whole year, and just to get her out there this year was fantastic to see. So she did all the recovery during the year last year, and yeah, it's good to have her back in the team. Her experience and knowledge and just her skill level really aids and helps the team.
Yeah, and she's going to play a key part today in midfield. Well, we better let you go, Stephen. Thanks for coming on and having a chat, and good luck for today.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. And he's done a great job with Donvale for the last couple of years, guided them to a grand final, Dylan, and has really gotten the best out of these girls, and it's a really talented lineup. So it's great to see. It's great to see Donvale doing well in both the men's and women's side. Obviously, the men's are flying at the moment. The women just continue to develop, and I feel they're getting a lot closer to a win, Donvale. There were, I think it was 4 goals last time around against SBL Wolves, and it got close to Mount Evelyn as well. So, being competitive against sides that are around the finals mark, it's getting ever so closer for Donvale, I reckon.
Absolutely, yeah. I think both of these sides, I mean, they sit 6th and 7th on the ladder, but watching their games this year, it hasn't really been reflective of that. They've pushed, particularly for quarters at a time, they've been able to push the top teams like the Eastern Devils, going back to that previous match of the day with Whitehorse. For periods in games, they can push it with the best in the competition. So I think today we're definitely in for a really good one. How do you see those sort of gameplay matchups going, as far as, I think we talked off air about the run of Donvale versus maybe the more marking players. How do you think that's going to go today, especially with a bit of rain?
It's going to be very hard with this rain for Donvale to get that run and gun style playing. I haven't obviously seen them this year, but they do like to. From what I remember from last year, saw them I think 2 times on the grand final in what was the first women's match of the round out here between Whitehorse and Donvale. It was that run and gun style, which is going to be a bit tricky to do in these conditions. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Hopefully we get to see it. Just given it's an exciting brand of footy the Vales play, and equally Whitehorse as well. It's a very exciting brand as teams are moving into position. I gave my tip on Female Footy Focus. I tipped Whitehorse. I didn't give a margin. I'll go 15 points. Who are you tipping here, Dylan?
Oh, it's hard for me to go against Whitehorse here. I'd like to give something different just for the broadcast, but I have to go with Whitehorse. I came out here on Thursday, and met the club. And as we know, I don't have a team, so I am open to offers from Eastern Footy League teams. But yeah, I think I'll go with Whitehorse as well.
Why not join Surrey Park? But it's going to be a big game out here at Springfield Park. So All is in readiness. Umpire throws the ball up and we're underway, and it's Donvale through Grace Hartman who get the first tap down. Trussler chasing this ball. Umpire calls a free kick. Advantage is paid. Out front there was Jess Crundle. Such a key part for Donvale in this side. And they're inside 50 here. Are the Vales picking the ball up well there. A good bone-crunching tackle, and Whitehorse, they get the free kick, and a good positive start for Donvale early on as Whitehorse, they're looking for Abby Tanner. Body work, but couldn't take the mark there. Plenty of numbers around this on the far side, and Whitehorse are able to clear it. Donvale have the numbers on centre wing. Kick forward there in favour of the Pioneers, and good smother there on the handball by Steph Castle, and we'll have a boundary thrown right in front of the Donvale bench out here at Springfield Park.
I think we're going to see a lot of that today, what we just saw then. Just surge the ball forward, get it forward, take the territory.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there, especially in these trying conditions. As Hartman got the tap down. They advance a bit further forward, do Donvale, but Pioneers working hard. In there is Kyla Tracy. Donvale managed to get a kick forward. Smothered though. Whitehorse applying good pressure early on, although Donvale are able to lock it in there, attacking 50 and attacking 45 out here at Springfield Park, and they'll have another ball up. Hartman got the tap down. And the kick off the ground there was Tracy. Will it beat all comers? It won't. It'll stay in. Bit of a slow surface out here at Whitehorse. Trussler got the kick away. It's right in front of her bench now. All on her own is Sarah Cowley, and she applies the tackle. Did really well there. Umpire calls play on, and we'll throw it up here right in front of the Whitehorse bench. So still no score here. 2 minutes gone in this first quarter as Donvale get the tap down. Whitehorse are able to get the clearance though. It's in a very muddy centre square of Whitehorse, and they're inside 50 now with the Pioneers. Cowley's around this, got the handball away. Shot on goal by Trussler. It's just drifting left and will go out of bounds for a Donvale free kick. Last possession rule, and the Vales will have the chance to rebound from defensive 50.
They're going to rebound here through power. So she looks afield, doesn't have any obvious options. So she's just going to kick it long to half-back flank. The ball comes off hands, but most of the numbers are with Whitehorse. But the ball's gone over the line and we'll have a ball up. Just on half-back here for Whitehorse. Or are we going to get a last touch kick there?
No, I think it was just tapped out of bounds, so we'll have a ball up.
So Tanner gets the tap down, finds Khan. Khan gets it out to Trussler, who just throws it on the boot, gets it inside 50. Here's Bonnet. Bonnet swings it around, and she finds Fisher about 15 metres out, directly in front for Whitehorse. She'll have a chance to kick the first goal.
Just the clean ball movement from that stoppage. That was quite brilliant.
Yeah, it was Trussler there that just got that kick out. And she's kicked it. So the first one on the board now for Whitehouse. And that was beautiful play there from the stoppage. If they can work the ball like that, they're going to have a very successful day, Josh Ward.
Yeah, they are, and it'll be enjoyable for Georgia Fisher, who, of course, was the Premier B best and fairest last year, and she's probably the best, by far the best player in this Whitehorse lineup. Just a thumping right boot, and she kicks the first goal of this contest. 1 straight 6, the Pioneers. 4 minutes gone here in this first quarter, and Donvale are yet to score as we're back in the middle here. Hartman up against Tanner, and it's Hartman who's done a really good job early on. Got the tap down. Butler's chasing this. It's Trussler with the kick off the ground. She's also had a really good start. The Box Hill Hawks listed player. Big pack of players, and we'll have a ball up. In a very tricky spot for us up forward for Donvale as Hartman won the tap. On the ground there was Tracy. Plenty of players around this ball, and Donvale will be able to clear their lines and go inside 50. It's cut off though. They get the handball away and find Maslin on debut. She goes into the middle of the ground. Castle was around this. Whitehorse have the numbers. Handball there to Sarah Cowley, who's looking for Georgia Fisher. She went out the back. That's a really good interception there by Wendy. She'll get the ball back here. Fisher applying the pressure. Crundle is also there. Got the handball away. Great composure under pressure. Finds power, although it's not the greatest handball. Invites the Whitehorse pressure. They go for the shot on goal. Fisher is out here. This is a chance for her second goal. Dribbles it through. That's a brilliant finish for Georgia Fisher. She is looking very threatening early on here for the Pioneers. 2 straight 12. Donvale yet to score. 5.5 minutes gone here in this first quarter. This is a really good start for the Pioneers, Dylan, and dangerous signs early on for Donvale.
Absolutely. Especially as soon as that ball hits the ground inside the forward 50 for Whitehorse, Fisher's there. So we're back in the middle.
They don't have the tallest targets through Whitehorse, so they'll definitely look for that ground ball.
They go up. It's Hartman that wins the tap, but again, Trussler gets the clearance, gets it out to the wing and finds a player. That's Khan, gives it back to Trussler. She's racking up disposals at the moment. Kicks inside 50. There's a contest at the half-forward line, but it's Fisher who gets it at ground level. I think she's got a free kick, but they might take the advantage. And she's gone across the face, I think, there. Yeah, one behind there for Whitehorse. And that was Kyla Tracy that kicked that. Took the advantage. She may have been better off to give the set shot there to Fisher. As Donvale come out of their defensive 50 through Crundle. Crundle kicks to a contest. They win the ball through, I'm not sure who that was. Here's Fisher. Fisher snaps. Just wide. That's another point, but they're peppering here, other Pioneers.
They're looking very threatening. It's already danger signs for Donvale as Monique Trussler's off the ground here, and she's had a really good start. She's
been amazing so far. As Crundle brings us back in, Cowley's there at ground level, but it's the ruck that gets the hit out. Kicks it forward, and it's safely marked by the one who kicked it in Crundle. She goes wide. Finds a target there in McCormick. Brilliant smother there by Cowley. And we'll have a ball up. Centre half back for Donvale. The Rucks go at it again. Gets the tap down, but we're going to have a secondary ball up here. Not going anywhere.
It's starting to come down a fair bit as well, Dylan.
It is starting to pour. Still not sure who that's going to suit, but it's definitely Whitehorse on top here early. A Donvale free kick in their defensive 50. Heading to Bethune here. She's got a free player on in the middle. She looks inside, can't hit the kick, and Cowley's there to intercept. They'll get the run on here, Whitehouse, and they'll head towards goal. It's again across the face, though, and that one just goes out of bounds for a Donvale kick. And Crundle is starting to rack up the disposals from the kick-ins here. She goes long to the wing. And I think we'll have a free kick there for a push-out. Was it Joshua?
It was a push in the back as we go down boundary side to Kate Green.
Guys, really wet.
Well, I'm not too sure if you can see it on the screens, but it is not the greatest conditions. As Monica Latino, the vice-captain, will take the free kick, goes down the line. Couldn't mark that one, could Holland. Whitehorse have the numbers. Holland can receive the handball, and it goes out of bounds. Last possession rule. Free kick going in the direction of the Vales, who trail here by 14 points. We're near the halfway point of this first quarter as they take the kick in. Tanner from behind, couldn't haul in the mark. Latino's lurking around this one for Donvale, and Whitehorse, can they keep their composure? Donvale do well to lock it up in their attacking half, and we'll have a ball up. Another chance here for the Vales to get their first goal on the board as Hartman She's followed up her own work. She's had a good game in ruck as Hartman. Whitehorse have the numbers on the ground. It's locked up here, and we'll have a secondary ball up. Just past the halfway point, 10 minutes gone in this first quarter. Whitehorse 2-2-14. Donvale yet to score as Tanner got the backhanded tap. Whitehorse have the numbers on the ground. Tracy's underneath this. Donvale do well and lock it up for another ball up here. In fact, there's a free kick being paid, and it's going to go in the direction of Whitehorse. And taking it here, Roxy Maslin, who's on Whitehorse senior debut. Kick was smothered. She picks up her own ball, though. Got the handball away. Handball there in the direction of Bridget O'Connell. Goes to centre wing. A legal bump there. I think that was by Ash Mobilia. And the free kick will go to Nikila Butler, who needs a massive game without Amelia Van Oosterwyk. She goes to half forward flank here. Really strong mark taken there by Brianna Holland. She's had a pretty good start to this contest as Holland, as she'll look to go down the line to Bonnet. Beats her, and it goes out of bounds.
I think that's a Donvale kick there.
It is going to be a Donvale free kick going to Wendy Un on centre wing as the rain starts to clear. I don't want to jinx it. Don't want to jinx it, though. The ball from behind there by McCormack will go out of bounds. Somehow stays in. Now it goes out of bounds for a boundary throw in, or boundary throw up. I beg your pardon.
And there we go again. It's Hartman that gets the tap down. This time to Butler. She can't get the clearance away. She's wrapped up by Dodds, who is an excellent tackler. And there's a clearance by Butler, so she gets it again. Goes inside 50 this time. But there's a wall of players here for Whitehouse, and they're going to look to exit again, and it's through Dodds. Comes out towards the wing, but her kick looks to be out of bounds on the full. And it'll be a Donvale kick, sending it back inside. Butler again. She hasn't got any obvious options. Looks to run around, gives a handball over the top. I'm not sure if that was the option. Donvale players wrapped up there at half forward, and we'll have another ball up, I think. 2-2-14, the Pioneers, with Donvale yet to score. And it's been a fascinating contest so far, Josh.
It has. It's been, well, somewhat expected. It's a bit stoppage after stoppage, just given it's obviously pretty wet conditions. And while we were talking off air with Jared Son, and he talked about adjusting to the conditions first. Who would adjust to the conditions first up, and it's Whitehorse who have.
It's Butler again who gets the clearance, but again it's Whitehorse that chopped that off at half back. They look up to the wing, looking for Bonnet there, but Bonnet can't make the mark. And it's going to roll out for another stoppage. And Whitehorse have been so good at these stoppages so far in the game, Josh. They've just they're just dominating them at ground level.
Led by Monique Truslow and Kyla Tracy.
Absolutely. Donvale look to go forward. Looks like Latino's got it. She's come up the ground to get some disposals. Dodds at half back has chopped that one off. And we'll have another ball up on the wing here, slightly closer to the Donvale goal. And another stoppage. So there's a lot of stoppages, but I think it's suiting Whitehouse at the moment to do that. Here's Crystal Van. And another ball up here on centre wing. It's Hartman. No one can get the clearance away again.
Just briefly on Grace Hartman as well, I felt like she's held her own in ruck with Abby Tanner, who's a much bigger body than her.
She's been very good so far. She's actually won most of the hit-outs that I've seen. As Whitehorse come forward, the mark's not taken, and Donvale look to clear. This time through Crundle. Crundle goes inside 50. They've got players at ground level here. This is their best chance so far, Donvale. But I think it's Dodds that got back there for Whitehorse and just stopped the run on towards goal. And there'll be a ball up about 20 metres out from the Donvale goal on a slight angle. It's Donvale to get the hit out, but again, Whitehorse get the clearance. Coming off half back there, it's Tracy, I think it is, who gets the kick up along the wing. The ball comes inside. Donvale have all the numbers at ground level.
Oh.
She's kicked the wrong way, it looks like there. Here's Holland. Holland gets the handball out to Tracy. Tracy looks for Van. She's tackled. Just throws it on the left boot. And it's going to dribble, and it's going to stay in play. I think it's last out off the Whitehorse player.
So I think it's a ball up here.
Yeah, we're going to have a ball up deep inside attacking 50 here for the Pioneers.
They've had plenty of entries. They've kicked 2 goals too, have the Pioneers, but it's been Donvale's attacking up for the last couple of minutes as the ball's tossed back up. Front position was Bonnet. Tracy picks it up off the ground, gets the handball away to Van, who gets it back to Tracy. What a goal this would be. Brilliant! That right there is goal of the day from Kyla Tracy. Absolutely brilliant build-up play from Whitehorse. They have their third, 3-2-20. Donvale yet to score. We've just ticked over 16 minutes here in this first quarter. This is a brilliant start from the Pioneers, Dylan.
We're 16 minutes in, and they've done that all game, haven't they? Around the stoppage, they've been brilliant. It hasn't been sort of that deep lying play that's come from the back line. It's all been around stoppage. So I think that heavy stoppage game's actually helping them quite a lot.
And they've got Georgia Fisher in there now, and they've got Kyla Tracy as the deepest forward. So just adding more strength into midfield.
As it looks like Latino's come into the centre square there for Donvale. They'll get the clearance though, Donvale. So this is better play from them. They can't push it forward. We're going to have another stoppage inside the centre square. 17 minutes gone in the first quarter. The Pioneers 3-2-20 play Donvale yet to score. As Latino gets the free kick inside the centre square, and she'll look to push Donvale forward. They've sort of lacked an option with this kick so far. She kicks to half forward. She finds someone but can't take the mark. Heads inside 50. Here's Kent. She goes inside 50, comes across the face. The Donvale player's there on the line. I think she's kicked the goal. She has. I didn't see who that was. It was Hartman, was it?
It was Grace Hartman. That's a reward for effort there for Hartman. First goal of the contest for Donvale and for her. She's had a really good start, and the Vales moved to 1 straight 6. Pioneers 3-2-20, 18 minutes gone, and that could be the fire starter, I reckon, for them, Dylan.
It was better play there by Donvale. They just got it in quickly. They didn't look for that perfect kick, and they just put it over the back. She ran onto it. Wasn't a perfect goal, but well played.
As we're back in the middle here. Backup ruckman now for Donvale is Sophie Kent going up against Abby Tanner. Ball's tossed back up. Tanner got the tap down looking for Trusler. It's Butler who got the handball away. Whitehorse applying good pressure though. Donvale are able to clear it though through Jess Crundle. Still in the centre of Springfield Park, and applying a good tackle there on Bridget O'Connell was McCormack. Van's kick was smothered. Finds Fisher. Plenty of pressure. Some really good pressure here from both sides, and we'll have a ball up here with just over a minute left as Tanner got the tap down. Crundle got the clearance though. And they're inside 50 once more at Donvale, or near 50 at least. Whitehorse have the numbers. It's out the back though. They're able to clear their lines, the Pioneers, and they find Fisher. Potentially one last chance for Whitehorse if they move the ball quickly from defence to attack. Fisher looking down the line, looking for Bonnet. Tracy's lurking around this one. Latino couldn't cut it off. She got the handball away to Crundle. She goes down the line back to Fisher, who couldn't control the mark and taps it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. So possibly one more chance for Donvale. 20 seconds left. They need to move this as perfectly as possible from this stoppage. As Sophie Kemp will go up against Abby Tanner. Tanner got the tap down, looking for Fisher. who's forced out of bounds there by Nikhila Butler.
I think we're going to have a dump tackle there. So free kick to
So,
Fisher.
I mean, she could have gone for goal. I've seen her kick a goal from outside 50 before, but she won't, and that is the quarter time siren out here at Springfield Park. It's the Pioneers, a really strong start out here in the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round. 3-2-20 to Donvale, 1 straight 6. The goal kickers for Donvale, it was Grace Hartman, the only goal. For Whitehorse, Georgia Fisher with 2 and Kyla Tracy with a single. We're going to go to a break here on the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round. When we return, we'll bring you the second quarter of action out here between Whitehorse and Donvale.
Yeah, because they have a lunch every once a month, and Lee Mundy and all them go to that as well. All of the Donvale, and they could have them one drink, they have 5 and then they all go back to the golf club and get thrown out. I'll have the word right up next time. Yes, thanks, Sue. Who was Collingwood got this week? Gold Coast. Just one bit of bacon on mine, please. Just one your line. You get what we serve you. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Hello, how are you?
Only doing egg and bacon at the moment, is that all right?
Oh,
Put some sausage in the
Yeah, we've got them on, but they'll be fair 5 minutes.
I might start with an egg and bacon and come back later for a sausage at lunch.
Then move on to a
All
sausage.
right, let's see egg and bacon. Do you want egg and bacon?
Dan will get an egg and bacon. I won't. I'll wait.
Excellent. I'm going to the bacon on here.
I'll come and yell out when they're ready for that.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Egg and bacon, or you want to wait?
Yeah, we'll go half. Do you have any vegan options?
We've got veggie burgers that we can cook one up for.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, cool. We'll come back. I'll go ask.
Excuse me, we're sorry, this is very good.
We don't do a lot of the veggies, we put them on when
It's very hard. Oh yeah, that's right, they're already cooked, aren't they?
Veggie burger.
Okay, 1 veggie burger and 2 egg and bacon burgers, please. Egg and bacon? Yeah, okay, right.
how'd you go with the wine?
One egg and bacon normal, one normal, and one cut in half. The veggie one will be bacon.
I'll go over there and ask if Anthony wants to.
And they're making champagne. I talked to Nicola.
That's the one cut in half.
Thank you.
Veggie burger, just a burger, or do you want the egg with it?
No, just sauce.
Just a burger.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round live here from Springfield Park Premier Division. Standalone clash today between the Whitehorse Pioneers and the Donvale Magpies, and it's the Pioneers really good start out on their home track on a big day for them. Their Nidoc game, they lead 3-2, 20 to 1 straight 6. Josh Ward here alongside Dylan Smith. Dill, before we get started on this second quarter, just your thoughts on that first quarter. I think it was pretty clear that Whitehorse adjusted the conditions first up, but Donvale slowly got their way back into the contest late on.
That goal was super important for them late there. That sort of gives them a little bit of scoreboard pressure, but Whitehorse were very dominant, especially around the packs, weren't they?
They were. Grace Hartman, I felt, when she was in ruck for Donvale, she had all the stoppages, but all the dominance in terms of hit-outs, but it was just the clearance. It was just the clearance work from Donvale from Whitehorse being able to read where Hartman was going with her taps,
especially Trussler. She was super in there,
and Kyla Tracy as well, just working really hard in the guts. But as I said, Donvale started to work their way, and it'll be interesting to see if they come back from here. As the second quarter of action is underway in the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round, and Hartman ruck once again got the tap down. Donvale this time are able to get the clearance. It's McCormack who gets the kick inside 50. O'Connell will run onto this one first. She can't fully control it. It invites the pressure of Sophie Kenton. Monica Latino, and we'll have another ball up here, this time in Donvale's attacking 50. Tanner just took it out of ruck, got the clearance. Trussler, what a start she had. Gets the kick away into the middle of Springfield Park. Georgia Fisher in a one-on-one, affected the spoil. Donvale get the kick of the ground through Hartman and look to go inside 50. McCormack is all on her own, gets the kick inside 50. Kent's running onto this, but a really good mark taken there by Ebony Rowe, who has a bit of VFLW experience with Collingwood and Hawthorn, and she goes out wide. A really good kick. Mark taken there by Crystal Van. Her kick's not the greatest, and it'll be cut off here by Jess Crundle, who's probably been Donvale's best in defence. I was about to say, was it 25 given away there by Trussler? No, it wasn't. So Crundle will go inside 50, looking for Latino. Tanner couldn't take the mark. It's on the ground here. Whitehorse have the numbers clearing away there. Brianna Holland, although not for long. Free kick going in the direction of Donvale. They take the advantage. Going inside 50 here is Nikayla Butler. She's got a one-on-one. Bree Silver is there. Ball will beat both her and Ebony Rowe, and we'll have a boundary. It'll have a boundary throw up. It's a good chance here for Donvale to get the first goal of this quarter and their second consecutive goal, as the ball will be tossed back up, and Kent will take forward ruck duties up against Abby Tanner. It's Tanner who got the tap down, looking for Bridget O'Connell. Kent tried to shrug her off the ball, applies the tackle. Latino's lurking around this, under immense Whitehorse pressure. Good tackle applied there by Kent. We'll have another ball up here. 2 minutes gone in this first quarter. Still no change on the scoreboard yet, but Donvale have had all the territory early on, as umpire gets the ball back here and we'll toss it back up. Kent got front position in the ruck. Latino tries to shrug off her Whitehorse tackler. She'll be pinged.
No, she's not pinned holding the ball. It's a dump tackle there, so Latino's going to take the free kick.
This would be a massive goal here for Latino, who's kicked over 100 goals, I believe, for Donvale ever since their inaugural season. She's been such a key cog for Donvale since 2018. A tight angle, but with her goal-kicking record, anything is possible.
You can see how important she is to the team, how they've thrown her into the midfield to get that spark too.
And to get plenty of possessions. The kick won't make the distance. It's going to go to the forward pocket here. Chasing this one and going backwards is Jade McCormack. Although it might favour Whitehorse. Hartman couldn't control the ball. It goes out of bounds, and the Pioneers will get the free kick here through Riley Khan. So a chance there for Donvale, but they can't convert. And Whitehorse, Dylan, I'll have the chance to go forward.
They will, but all the numbers here are with Donvale. Comes off the pack, but Dodds is there. Dodds gets a huge hit on her, and I think she's going to get the free kick. Now it's actually gone against. It's gone against Whitehouse there, so it's a Donvale free kick through McCormick. She goes inside 50. Downfield free kick as well. So this is in the hands of Latino. Is she going to take the kick?
I think she will.
She's going to take the kick about 30 metres out. Slight angle. Super important kick this for Donvale. Would bring the margin back to just 8 points. And she's got the chance here to right the wrongs of that previous kick that went across the face. She comes in. It's a slow run up. Kicks long. And it's just across the face for one behind to Donvale. So they move to 1 goal, 1-7, playing the Pioneers, 3 goals, 2-20. And it's Bridget O'Connell who's going to bring us back in with the kick in. She finds a short option in row. She looks up, doesn't find anything, so she goes across to Tracy, who gives her an option. Tracy now with a run. Comes across towards Tanner, but Tanner can't pick it up at ground level, so Tracy comes across to help. She bursts through the tackle, kicks up to the wing. It's a Donvale player playing in front there, though. She's tackled by Trussler. McCormick kicks long. Dodd's playing in front, gets the pick up. She's tackled. I think we'll have a ball up on centre wing.
Jade McCormick as well for Donvale. I thought started this second quarter from her. She's looked really, really lively.
She's been super impressive. As Tanner gets the hit down to Tracy, Tracy overruns it. Here's Khan. She can't burst through. And a secondary ball up is what we're going to have here. With 5 minutes gone in the second quarter. As Latino heads over towards the stoppage, she wants to get involved. Tanner with the hit out, puts it into space. She's got Dodds, who's pushed off the ball. Trussler gets the clearance, heads forward, but an intercepting mark is taken. Well, I think that's maybe Butler down there. She's quite far away from us. Heads inside, and she finds Hartman, who takes a nice mark inside the centre square. She looks to go long. It's a funny little kick, and there's Whitehorse players everywhere. They just sock her off the ground, but Grace Power gets back and takes a nice mark for Donvale. She switches, comes out towards Crundle. Crundle's got options forward. She looks to slow it down. She probably could have gone a little bit quicker there. She comes inside. It's a dangerous kick, and Hartman takes a really nice mark there in front of Tanner. She's played well so far, Hartman. She heads up towards Latino. She's there, but she can't get hands to it. It's Rowe that gets the clearing kick for Whitehorse. Heads forward. And that kick's also intercepted. So Donvale look to push forward now, but it's wide out towards that wing. Crystal Van's there. She tackles, and I think it's a high tackle. So it's going to be a Donvale free kick, I believe. As Georgia Fisher stands the mark. I think it's going to be Emma Peake to take the kick.
So Peake, right in front of her bench, she goes. Right in front of the Whitehorse bench now. It's out the back, and the Pioneers, they have the numbers, although she was nearly wrapped up there. Kick will be cut off.
Number 11.
Nikayla Butler with the intercept mark there. Nice stance step, goes inside 50. Latino's out the back. Strong intercept mark taken, no, not by Dodds. Latino got the handball away. Get the kick inside 50 here. Donvale through Silver, trying to find Kent, but O'Connell picked up the ball well. Silver's lurking around this one. She pick up the ball, she will, but she's wrapped up by Roxy Maslin, who's shown plenty of glimpses on her senior debut. On Oakley Chargers under 16 list is Maslin as the ball's tossed back up.
Correction, under 18s.
Thank you for that, Kate Green. And there's going to be a free kick there in the direction of Whitehorse. And there's a player down here. I'm not too sure who it is. This is a bit concerning, though she doesn't look all that good down there. And we'll get a bit of a stoppage in play. And a bit of a breather for both sides. It's been really hotly contested early on, Dylan. Donvale have had all the territory.
Yeah, 100%. And it's really what you like to see, that Donvale, after that first quarter where they were, they were sort of dominated there by Pioneers at times. So they've come out really strong in this second quarter. It's been fantastic to watch.
It's been fantastic, and they've evened up in the center stoppages. They're taking advantage of Hartman, having the dominance in ruck. She's done a terrific job with rucking duties this time around, as we'll continue to have a bit of a stoppage in play. We've had 9 minutes in this second quarter, and just the one behind as
Who's impressed you so far in this one, Josh?
I reckon from a Whitehorse side of things,
Boundary.
We'll go boundary side to Kate Green briefly.
Okay, it's Emily Rowe, number 23, that they're player on the ground, and they're just looking at assessing her and making sure she's all good.
Yeah, hopefully she's all good.
She's just coming off for further assessment.
It's great to see her getting up off the ground as well. But yeah, the last couple of minutes for Rowe, she's impressed me, but it's been the Monique Trusler and Kyla Tracy show in midfield. They've just been absolutely dominant. Georgia Fisher, when it's gone forward, she's looked very threatening, but it's Trusler and Tracy that have impressed me as play resumes. Tanner goes into the middle of the ground. Good kick there to the debutante, Roxy Maslin. That's a really strong mark taken there by Brianna Holland. Nice stand step as well. Goes to centre half forward. Donvale have the numbers, although on the ground, Whitehorse do. And the kick inside 50 from Parkhurst. It's out the back, and Donvale, they should have the numbers. Oh, it's locked up here, and we'll have another ball up, but this time it's in Whitehorse attacking territory. But whenever they've gone inside 50, they've had plenty of scoring shots. As Donvale will get the tap down. It's locked up here, and we'll have another ball up. 10.5 minutes gone here. It's the Pioneers, 20-7 leading, just the one behind in this quarter as Latino got the clearance. Tanner's parked on the disc and takes a really good mark ahead of Jade McCormack. She's got an option short. She's going inside 50 though to a big pack of players. It's all Donvale. Couldn't hold in the mark. In fact, she could. Monica Latino, and the star forward midfielder goes into the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick, couldn't find Hartman. On the ground here, Brianna Holland. She's wrapped up by Crundle, and the free kick going in the direction of Holland, who goes further inside 50. The mark taken there by Kyla Tracy, who will go back and kick from probably just inside the paint of 50 here. Or the arcs here, I'd probably say they're 45-metre arcs out here at Springfield Park. It is a fairly long ground, but not the widest ground. As in comes Tracy. She's already kicked the one goal. Won't have the distance. It'll be touched on the line, rush through for a minor score. So the Pioneers move to 3-3-21.
She got a pretty good piece of that though, didn't she, Josh?
She did.
Wasn't far off.
They lead by 14 points to the Pioneers. 1-1-7, 11.5 minutes gone here in this second quarter.
As Donvale bring us back in from defensive 50. They head wide. And it's McCormick there. Can she take the mark? She can't. So that one trickles out of bounds. And we'll have a Whitehorse kick on centre wing. O'Connell's going to take the kick. She looks inside 50. They're continuing to look for long options. Our Whitehorse, they're so dangerous inside forward 50. As a bunch of players approach on the ball, and we'll have another ball up inside 50 for Whitehorse. It's Tanner against Hartman. Tracy gets to the ball. She can't get a kick away. She's tackled again, and we'll have a secondary stoppage. As the rain starts to come down again. We might have another player down here.
It might be Donvale that has a player down, or it's another Whitehorse player down here. This is very concerning, and it looks like it's Kyla
Boundary.
Tracy. Go down boundary side to Kate Green.
It is actually Whitehorse. Just can't get see the number at the moment. Apologies.
That's all good. I think it looks like a number 37. I'm not too sure.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Josh.
This is very concerning. She's had a really great start. Kate Green, she's very unlucky on the boundary there. The rain is starting to come down a bit heavier down there, and I think it's the heaviest we've seen it today. Today, is it very heavy down there, Kate?
Unfortunately, it's getting there.
Have you been invited into one of the boxes yet by one of the teams?
No, because I don't want to favour either side. I am very neutral.
Understand.
I mean, Dylan did it last week with Jared at Surrey Park.
Yeah, we didn't care. We just jumped in.
They were very...
Every man for themselves.
Well, we used to be part of Donvale, and love Donvale, love all the clubs in the EFL, but just prefer to be neutral.
Save yourself. As Trussler gets the ball from the stoppage, and she's caught holding the ball there. Is Trussler. So Donvale will bring us back in to play. Here we go. She heads up towards Latino.
Ooh.
Latino takes a very strong mark inside the centre square, and the umpire calls it a play on, but she's got options running on centre wing. They head forward. McCormick's there, but all the numbers are with Whitehorse, but McCormick gets it out the back. She does really well. A nice manoeuvre around Bridget O'Connell. Heads inside, and it's Cowley who takes the intercept mark for Whitehorse, cutting off that attack there for Donvale. She heads long. Again, the numbers, though, with Donvale, so they'll be able to come forward through Latino. She kicks forward. Ball just along the ground there. Bridget O'Connell lays the tackle on Bethune, and we'll have another ball up. It's Kent there that just punches the ball forward for Donvale. They've got players running onto this. Hartman soccers off the ground. Kicks it forward. Dodd's playing in front. It's done well. McCormick again. She's had a really good quarter. Kicks it out into space. They've got runners on Donvale, but Crystal Van's getting back. She's got pace. She can pick this up. They'll be able to clear, but the Donvale player sweating on her. Kicks over the shoulder. Oh, Dodds just takes the mark.
The umpire blew the whistle possibly a little too early there.
She did. The kick's dangerous. They've got numbers to Whitehorse, so they should be able to clear this out. There's a good tackle laid, and it's holding the ball. So Donvale kick, tight angle. They're certainly coming here, a Donvale. A slow start to this game, and it's 3-3-21. The Pioneers play Donvale 1 goal, 1-7. Head inside. Dodds again, but she's well tackled by Latino, and it's holding the ball. Latino's going to have a shot 15 metres out, directly in front. And that was a huge decision.
That's a massive decision, but understandably so. This is a massive kick here for Latino.
Good courage from the umpire to call that one. It was very hot. As Latino comes in, she can put them to just 8 points here. Kick looks good. She's got that one, Josh. So just a 7-point game now. 8 points for others. 8-point game.
Hey, love that, the Donvale faithful behind the goal. It's a good finish there from Latino. Reward for effort. I reckon she's been Donvale's best on ground this contest since moving up to midfield. She's provided such good provided an option for Hartman to tap it down to, and it's just been all over the ground. And that's her first goal of today. Such a key player, as I keep saying, for Donvale, and has been for many years now. She's in the middle here. And Sophie Kemp will go up against Abby Tanner in ruck. It's Tanner, big fist forward, trying to find Brianna Holland. It's Trussler who runs onto this. Inside 50, the Pioneers go out the back. Donvale have the numbers. They're able to keep their composure. It's a free kick here. I think it's going in the direction of Whitehorse. It is. And taking the free kick here, Steph Castle. A chance here for the Pioneers to immediately respond through Castle as she comes in now. Does she have the distance? She has the accuracy. She does have the distance. That's the perfect response for Whitehorse. They move to a 14-point advantage once more. 4-3-27. The Pioneers, Donvale 2-1-13 as we've played just under 18 minutes here in this second quarter.
That's the exact goal that she has to kick, isn't it? She doesn't get a lot of the footy. She plays that forward role. If she can just kick a couple of goals, she's done the job.
She has, and well, it's a crucial one. Donvale were coming, but it pushes that margin back out to 14 points, and the Vales will feel hard done by, just given they've been the more dominant side this quarter. Yeah,
it was the sucker punch there as Tanner and Hartman go up. It's Kent, in fact. Kent wins the hit out. Crystal Van chases this one down. There's McCormick comes over. Donvale get the clearance in the end. It took a while. The ball is very wet. It's slipping through hands. There's a tackle laid by, I think it is. And we'll have another ball up. Kent
Boundary.
goes up. Whitehouse win the hit out. And we might have another player down here. I think it's Cowley for Whitehorse. As players come over. And we'll head down to the boundary to Kate.
Just a quick update on Whitehorse Pioneers player number 37, Kyla Tracy. Left ankle, they're just doing a little bit of further assessments with her at this point in time.
Thanks for that, Kate. As Donvale bring us back into play. Here's Crundle chasing the ball. She's just soccering it forward, trying to take some territory, get it into a good place. She heads inside. The kick's on goal.
Oh.
It's a wonderful mark there by Hollands going back with the fly.
That was a great mark.
If we had a mark of the day, that's mark of the day right there.
She's got Tanner as a short option. Finds a bit of space. And with 19 and a half minutes gone in this quarter, I think Whitehorse will just be happy to keep possession. She goes long up the line, looks towards Crystal Van, who just throws it on the boot. They've got numbers. They've worked hard here, Whitehorse. And that's the halftime siren. A great quarter of footy there. It's the Pioneers 4-3-27, played Donvale 2-1-13 in a 14-point game. Josh, what did you think of that second quarter?
Oh, it was a second quarter there that Donvale, I felt like they were the more dominant side. Whitehorse did well to prevent them from getting any real chances, but they're really coming at Donvale, and they need a massive third quarter. They'll be hard done by that. It was 1 goal apiece, and obviously an even scoreline and the same margin as it was at quarter time, but they would feel a little hard done by, but they're right back in this contest at Donvale, and if they kick a couple of goals early on, it's well and truly game on. Let's briefly go through the goal kickers. Georgia Fisher with 2 in that first quarter. Kyla Tracy with a single. Hopefully she comes back onto the ground. She's been a stellar performer for Whitehorse today. Steph Castle with a late goal there after. Monica Latino kicked her only goal of the match, and Grace Hartman, the other goal kicker for Donvale. But I'll ask you, who's been your best player so far, Dylan?
I think it has to be Trussler for that first quarter. Her impact early on was just second to none, really. So, yeah, it has to be her. But I did think Latino for Donvale really got them back in the game in that second quarter. As you said, they feel a bit hard done by not getting more scoreboard pressure in that second quarter, Donvale. But we did see also that Whitehorse were able to do that thing that good teams do, where they responded really quickly to the Donvale goal. So you got to give credit to Whitehorse there as well.
Yeah, you do. All the good teams always find a way to respond and win in there. Looking the goods, Whitehorse, as we go down boundary side to Kate Green.
Okay, just a quick update on Whitehorse's 2 players that had a bit of injury niggles during the second quarter. Kyla Tracy, number 37, her ankle, they've just strapped it, and just precautionary, she has rolled her ankles before, so it's strapped and she's good to go for quarter 3. And Rowe, just a heavy tackle, so she just was a bit stunned, so they checked her out and she's all good to go for quarter 3 as well.
So it's good so for Whitehorse fan, that's a positive. They'll have a full set of players for this second half at least. And if Tracy had gone off, that would have been a big loss, because I thought she'd worked hard in midfield and up forward. But it's good to see her being able to continue on, and for Ebony Rowe as well. She started to slowly to get into the contest when Donvale had all the territory, and she's going to be a key inclusion, of course. She has that VFLW experience, one of many with VFLW experience with Hawthorn and most recently Collingwood, and is going to play a key role for Whitehorse today. As Dylan?
You're spot on with Tracy. What I was just going to say there was we've talked a lot about Trussler, but Tracy's been the right-hand man, hasn't she?
She has.
She's nearly been just as good, and it would have been a huge loss if she was seriously injured.
Bit of a comparison here. They're like Batman and Robin.
They really are.
Yeah. those two, they're working really hard. And Tanner's also working hard in ruck, but I feel like Hartman has had more of the dominance, and Sophie Kent has also done done her bit, but yeah, it's just been those two that have done really well in midfield. Well, we're going to go to a break here, a halftime break here in the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round. When we return, we'll bring you the third quarter of action out here between Whitehorse and Donvale. And it's the Pioneers that lead 4-3-27 to Donvale 2-1-13.
I lost range, but at least when it was in the air, it was a lot better. So I knew that. Davis. Probably not. I probably raced once or twice and then barely spent 5 seconds. I love the club. I did shot there last week. No, it's been really like the cricket bag as well next door. So through Karen Muir. So it's just like I had this game earmarked as soon as I knew about the jump. And I was actually going to come down for the start, but after doing last night, I was just like, I just need the extra half an hour. How is Sunny? Where are you coming from? You're not. I'm only coming from Blackburn. I live at the top of the video.
Oh, it's not bad. That's not too bad. That's a good day.
Just heard the time ago. There we go. That's what it is. So it's just scattered.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round, live here from Springfield Park, Premier Division. Standalone game, a standalone game across the entire women's competition today between the Whitehorse Pioneers and Donvale. Pioneers leading 4-3 to 27 to Donvale 2-1-13. Goal kickers, just repeating those, Georgia Fisher with 2, Steph Castle and Kyla Tracy with singles, whilst for Donvale, Grace Hartman and Monica Latino with the only 2 goals for them. What are you expecting from this second half, Dill? It's started to clear up, I'll say that, and it'll probably start raining in 5 or 10 minutes, but what are you expecting?
Yeah, I don't think we've got any guarantees from the weather at this stage, but as far as the game goes, if that second quarter's anything to go by, we're definitely in for a very close game. Donvale officially are back in this game, so I think it's just those ground balls that they need to break even on. The ruck, they're doing really well. I think the ruck battle of Tanner and Hartman's a really interesting one. Hartman's probably getting on top, but if they can just break even a bit more at the ground balls, I think they can really get back into this one, Donvale.
They definitely can, and if they're able to read it well from the stoppages and obviously those ground ball gets, which is crucial in a game like this. And we're underway here in this third quarter. It's Tanner who got the tap down. Whitehorse got the clearance. Tanner receives her own ball. It's locked up here, and we'll in fact have a secondary ball up in the middle of Springfield Park as Hartman leapt high and got the tap down. Straight to a Whitehorse player, and she's wrapped up. We'll have another ball up here, so an early goal for Donvale, and they'll have all the momentum as ball's tossed back up. Are they able to get the clearance? They're going to get the free kick here. It's Nikayla Butler, who won a massive second half here, the ex-Richmond AFLW player. She's going inside 50. Latino, the big target down there. Couldn't haul in the mark. Was she being held? In fact, it is a mark. What a mark that is.
Caught between her legs.
That might be the mark of the day, right? You don't see that every day, and it looks like it's Latino. It is, and a chance for her second goal, and for Donvale's third, directly in front. It'll be interesting. Let's see if she can kick this. She comes in now with that slow and deliberate approach. It's there. A crucial early goal for Donvale. 3-1-19. Whitehorse 4-3, 27. 1.5 minutes gone here in this first quarter as we cross down boundary side to Kate Green.
That play just there is exactly what their coach Steve said. Basically, the halftime talk was just same as what they did second quarter, and just keep it going. And for Whitehorse, just refocus for third quarter, got to play in front, and the team's got a target for this quarter, which they feel is achievable.
Thanks for that, Kate. As we go back to the centre, and it's Tanner that gets the hit out for Whitehorse. She goes and collects it at ground level as well. She's done really well there. As they get it out through Parkhurst. She can't collect. So it slips through. They just get it forward, take a bit of territory. I think we're going to have another ball up. There's a lot of bodies in there.
As Trent Cullen would say, hot in the kitchen.
Yes. As Tanner gets the tap down again. And it's going to be holding the ball, I think, there. Free kick to Donvale. Taken through Crundle. She's been really good. In fact, it was Bethune that took the kick there. She goes up to Butler. She's getting involved now, Butler. Heads long. It's off hands, and it comes over the back, and Donvale have the runners. They can push forward through She kicks long, and I think she's kicked it out on the full there, so Whitehorse will take the kick, but if Donvale can trap this in...
was about to say it nearly went onto Springfield Road there. So
It's a huge kick from him.
yeah.
We talked about Butler. She's really started to come into the game in this quarter, has Butler for Donvale. Ebony Rowe with the ball here for the Pioneers at half-back. And she kicks very wide. It's going to be a Donvale kick on centre wing to bring us back in. Good opportunity here for Donvale. Through Crundle. She kicks inside 50. Off hands. Again, it's Donvale that seem to have the numbers, but they're well tackled and will have a ball up about 20 metres out from the Pioneers, from Donvale's goal.
Now, Butler was lurking around that one too, and if she got that.
She's getting dangerous as Donvale spray a shot, and it's gone through for a behind.
Sorry to cut you off and nearly cut off what was a great goal there, Dylan, but she's looking very dangerous, and if she had crumbed that, it could have possibly been a goal.
Absolutely. As Bridget O'Connell brings us back in, she kicks and finds Ebony Rowe deep in defensive 50 as the Pioneers just look to slow play this one. A nice mark taken there at centre half back. Goes up the wing. Here's Trussler. She finds some space nicely there. So they're just doing a slow build up here, the Pioneers. They've got numbers. Here's Hollins in the centre of the ground after the switching kick from Trussler. She looks up. This one's just put out to space. The Whitehorse player gets the run on. Here's Tracy again, so she's back on the ground. Kicks inside 50 towards Fisher, and Fisher takes a huge mark. 20 metres out on just a slight angle. Georgia Fisher.
That was, again, brilliant build-up. Just slow initially and then just
We haven't
bang.
seen that from them too. They slow played that nicely. Here's Fisher, she comes in. And it's a goal. And it's a 13-point game now to the Whitehorse Pioneers. Donvale's hard work undone again from Georgia Fisher.
5-3, 33, the Pioneers to 3-2, 20 Donvale. 5.5 minutes gone here, and you're not wrong, Dylan. They've just been able to respond to the Pioneers whenever Donvale have come at them, and Georgia Fisher, well, that's her third goal.
It is, and they've just done it in different ways. The way that they just did that nice slow build-up, just a huge punch in the face there to Donvale. As the two rucks go up, Hartman gets the hit out, but it's only as far as Cowley, and we'll have another stoppage.
Now
Boundary.
As we go down boundary side to Kate Green.
That nice slow build-up was because they were swapping players at the time, so very impressive.
That is very impressive as Trussler, will she run onto this? No, she won't. Tackle applied there on the Donvale player, and we'll have another ball up, this time on the turf wicket out here at Springfield Park. They get the tap down to the Pioneers. They go inside 50 though, do Donvale. Whitehorse, they'll be able to clear their lines, and they're looking for Crystal Van. She's there alongside Alderton. Good tackle applied there by Alderton on Ebony Rowe, and we'll have another ball up, still in Donvale's attacking half as Whitehorse got the tap down. Donvale player on the ground there. And Marissa Parkhurst down on her hands and knees, and have another ball up. So slow couple of minutes, plenty of stoppages as the Pioneers get the tap down. Hartman gets the kick off the ground in the clearance. It'll be cut off though. Trussler's lurking around this alongside McCormack, and they're able to get it out, Donvale. But Whitehorse with immense pressure. Get the ball up here on their half-back flank, and they get the tap down. Will they be able to get the clearance? They get a free kick here, do the Pioneers. She's going down the ground looking for Elizabeth Bonnet on centre wing, couldn't haul in the mark. Van's on the ground, couldn't pick it up. Crundle lurking around this one. It's going to be locked up here, and we'll have another ball up. So 8 minutes gone. Pioneers lead by 13 as the ball's tossed back up. Hartman got the tap down. High free kick being paid there to Monique Trussler, given away there by Monica Latino. And Trussler, she's got a couple of leads. She'll just boot it down the line. Looking for a big ruckman. It'll be cut off though, Jess Crundle. Probably been one of Donvale's best, although as I say that, she kicks it out of bounds.
Commentator's curse.
Gotta love a commentator's curse still. And then Whitehorse, Monique Trussler will get the free kick here, and she may be forced to go down the line here. She's looking inboard. She goes backwards. Go forward, and the mark taken there by her teammate. She's looking to go back to Trussler. Couldn't take the mark on the ground. She's able to pick it up, but she's wrapped up immediately. A good tackle there by Jade McCormack. It looks like those two are facing off against one another. What a fascinating duel that is. And Whitehorse, they're able to get the clearance from Raak. Trying to find Maslin. Donvale through Bethan. Then inside 50, there's a free kick being paid, and it'll go back to Shay Bethan. And she'll have a chance to go inside 50 here. And on the player on the mark is in the center square. She does go inside 50 now. Latino, the big target. Couldn't haul in the mark. Whitehorse have the numbers out the back here, and they're not able to clear their lines. Really good pressure by Donvale. They are able to do so now, though not for long. Crundle cuts it off. In fact, that was Bethan who cuts it off. Goes inside 50. Out the back here. The Vales have the numbers. It's just smothered through by Ebony Rowe for a minus score. So bang on the halfway point. Donvale, they're 3-3-21. Whitehorse 5-3-33 in this third quarter of action.
And Bethune's really started to come into the game, hasn't she? She's picked up quite a few disposals in the last few minutes. As the Pioneers bring us back in, and a strong mark taken out there by Jude O'Connell, I think it is. She goes long up the line. Finds Maslin. She kicks long. And that's Castle, who's taken a nice mark out there. One of the goal kickers. She goes inside 50. Off hands. As Whitehorse look to go forward. But we're going to have another ball up. On the far side, centre half forward for the Pioneers. As the umpire balls it up. It's Donvale who get the clearance, but only as far as Khan. Here's Latino. She tries to soccer it off the ground. The Donvale player picks it up, and it's holding the ball. Great tackle there.
16 for Whitehorse.
Tackle as Whitehorse go forward. Looks for Fisher. She can't take the mark. She jumped in spectacular fashion as the ball heads out, and it'll be a Donvale kick. Half back, and that's through power. She looks up the line. Hartman's there, but no one can take the mark. It's off hands. Just booted forward. A nice smother there by Holland, I think it was.
It's a free kick here.
Donvale free kick again. Not sure who that is. She's got a pack forming. She looks there. It's a big, long kick.
That was Donvale 37.
And here's Tracy, who looks forward, or it might be, finds Holland at centre half forward. She looks inside 50. She's got Tanner, but she goes more central. There's Fisher. Oh, almost taken by Fisher. It goes to ground. Crystal Van's there. And we'll have a ball up 20 metres out from the Whitehorse Pioneers goal. 12.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. Tanner doing the ruck duties for Whitehorse. She gets the tap down. It's Tracy with a flying snap towards Khan. Khan lets it go, and it's gone through for a behind. She might have been able to mark that. I think she thought she was closer to the goal line than she was. And it'll be a Donvale kick in. 5-4-34, the Pioneers play Donvale 3 goals, 3-21. It's a 13-point ball game.
And it's Jess Crundle with the kick in. She's done most of the kicking in duties today for the Vale, says Crundle, and she goes to the broadcast side. No mark taken there. At the back is McCormack. Kick was interfered with. Did well there, did O'Connell, and it's out of bounds on the full. Crystal Van will take the free kick. She's also, I feel like, had an underrated game. And again, as I say that, I'm the definition of a commentator's curse, and Donvale will get a free kick here through Wendy Un.
Josh, how many is that now?
That's 2 this quarter alone. And her kick's cut off by Crystal Van. She's going inside 50 or inboard. The mark taken there by Trusser. Eye starting inside 50. The big goes out wide, in fact, to Abby Tanner. Controls the ball, gets it inside 50. Player all on her own. Cuts it off. Did really well there, did the defender. And she's going inboard. McCormack Crundle couldn't take the mark. Latino, she was wrapped up by Sarah Cowley. Pioneers fans pleading to the umpire for holding the ball free kick, but it'll just be a ball up here, and Tanner will go up against Kent. Tanner got the tap down. Good tackle there by Crystal Van on Crundle, and the umpire pings her. Free kick there going to Crystal Van. She's come to life these last couple of minutes as Van gets the handball away here to Trusser. Goes to snap in the goal square. Mark taken! Brilliant by Brianna Holland. And this is a crucial goal if she does kick this from Holland. She's had her moments, and again, great build-up. Trussell with the snap and gets it into the hands of Holland, who comes in. It's there. She poked at it, but it's a goal.
It's a funny-looking kick, but it's gone through.
It has, and the Pioneers, they're now out to a 19-point lead here, 6-4-40 to Donvale 33-21. 15 minutes gone here in this third quarter.
How many times have we seen that from the stoppage? The ball flicked out to Trussler, and Trussler just played that perfect ball inside 50.
Oh, she's as reliable a player going inside 50 as Trussler. Just the composure she provides in midfield and up forward, it's on another level.
It really is. As we have another ball up in the centre, it's going to be Kent up against Tanner this time. Tanner wins the hit out. She's got the height advantage. Just bashes it forward, but Donvale get the pick up, and I think that's going to be holding the ball. Great tackle. Great tackle this time by Parkhurst. She's probably been the forgotten one in that midfield today, but she's been quite good.
This could potentially be where Whitehorse open this game up, especially if they kick a goal here, Dylan.
They look hungry. She looks to go to Fisher, but Fisher's well marked. She just kicks it inside 50. There's again. Took a fantastic mark just earlier, and she's done well there too. Forced the stoppage. She reads the game really well there from halfback, doesn't? Tanner grabs it out of the ruck. She's tackled. Donvale looked to get the clearance this time through Butler. She just sort of hacks the ball forward. And it's again the Pioneers that are going to clean up here. They use that handball game so well. The kick comes up towards the half-forward line. There's again. She cuts that off very well. But here's Tracy, who does a nice spinning pirouette, kicks forward. It's well defended there by Donvale, but Fisher's sweating on her. It's well tackled. And we'll have a... she's blown the whistle, holding the ball. And a free kick about 15 metres out directly in front for Whitehorse to Georgia Fisher. That felt a little bit harsh.
This is a chance for her fourth goal, Fisher. That did feel a little harsh.
3.
As we go to the boundary with Kate.
Just from the boundary angle, seeing what the umpire that gave the 3, I think the umpire was looking at the fact that she had time enough to dispose it before she was actually wrapped up.
Yeah, she did drag it in. It just, sometimes those ones that are closer to the goal, they do feel harsh, but yeah, it was probably there. As the Pioneers now go 25 points in front, 7-4-46 plays 3-3-21, 17 and a half minutes gone in the third quarter.
It's getting a bit out of hand out here for Donvale. This is a good couple of minutes from the Pioneers as Tanner just thumps it forward from ruck. Whitehorse unable to get the clearance though. Good tackle there by Arisa Sparks, who is playing her first game of 2023 today. Tanner just out-muscled Kent, and another clearance for Whitehorse. Holland, well, she pinged, she was, and then getting down and dirty there was Marissa Parkhurst, or down onto the ground there. We'll have another ball up here in the center of Springfield Park. It's Ken who got front position and the tap down. Whitehorse again, though, have the numbers around the clearance. Getting the kick forward there, Khan, but it was smothered. Plenty of numbers around this one. Will Donvale be able to get it out? No, they won't. And we'll have another ball up. Just under 19 minutes gone here in this third quarter. Tanner, tackle there by Sophie Kent, and Pioneers play at the bottom of that pack. And results in another ball up, so maybe one final thrust for either side in this final minute of this third quarter. And we'll have another ball up here. Tanner got the tap, looking for Parkhurst. She was again wrapped up immediately, so stoppage after stoppage these last couple of minutes. Tanner was out-muscled, but still got the tap down. Umpire calls play on, but we'll have another ball up. So we may not get another score in this third quarter with just 30 seconds left. Donvale, though, get the clearance through Butler. Looking for Latino. Couldn't haul in the mark. Whitehorse have the numbers out the back. They're able to clear their lines. Van's going to run onto this. She's up against Alderton. Alderton did well. She picked up the ball, but was wrapped up immediately by Crystal Van as the siren is about to sound out here at Springfield Park. And it's the Pioneers who broke that game wide open in that third quarter. 3 goals to just the 1. They lead 7-4-46 to Donvale, the 3-3-21. The major goal kickers, Georgia Fisher with 4 goals, singles to Kyla Tracy, Brianna Holland, and Steph Castle for Whitehorse. Whilst for the Pioneers, Monica Latino has 2 and Grace Hartman has a single. What you make of that third quarter, Dylan? Whitehorse have opened this game wide up.
Yeah, they put the Jets on in that quarter, didn't they, Whitehorse? Donvale played really well in that second quarter, and then they got the first goal at the start of the third, and you sort of thought they could have been coming with it, but I think it's just a case of Whitehorse just being just a bit too good, really, aren't they? They're just a bit more seasoned around the ball. They've got that strength in the contest, and they can get it out. And like we saw in that quarter too, they can hurt you in so many different ways.
They can, and just
Boundary.
that stoppage work is quite amazing. As we go down boundary side to Kay Green.
I'll reveal what Whitehorse coach, God, quickly blank, Jared. His coaching team gave the girls for the third quarter 3 goals, so they got 2 out of 3. So if that helps with their mindset for that quarter,
It definitely would help for the mindset, and they'll look to run over the top of the Vales here and potentially get their second win of the season against one of their biggest rivals in Donvale, and I'm sure they'd enjoy it. But there's still a quarter left, and the Vales. Let's see if they can come back in this final quarter as we'll go to a break. When we return, we'll bring you the final quarter of action out here in the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round between Whitehorse and Donvale. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round, live from Springfield Park. It's the Pioneers and Donvale, and the home side, they hold a 25-point advantage heading into this final quarter. 7-4-46, the Pioneers to Donvale, 3-3-21. Georgia Fisher with 4 goal singles to Brianna Holland, Steph Castle and Kyla Tracy. Grace Hartman with a single for Donvale, and 2 goals each for 2 goals for Monica Latino. They're gonna need a massive final quarter comeback here. Donvale, as the siren sounds, Dylan Smith to get us underway in this final quarter.
It's Tanner up against Hartman again. Tanner smashes it forward, and Trussler gets the ground ball, as she so often does, but she's wrapped up by Butler there, I think it is, as the tackler. We'll have another ball up. We go again. It's Tanner who gets first hands to this one, and Trussler again with the clearance. Goes out to Khan. Khan gets the clearing kick forward. This one's going to be cut off, though, by the Donvale player. She spins around, heads up along the wing. And a beautiful mark taken there by Cowley from Whitehorse, cutting off that forward attack. She heads inside. It's a dangerous kick, and McCormick's got it. McCormick heads inside 50. It's a dangerous ball, but the Whitehorse player leads out. Gets the handball to Rowe. Rowe flicks a handball to O'Connor. She kicks forward. Here's Crystal Van. She gets a pick up, just gives it to Fisher. Fisher's tackled. Van tries to get the kick away, but can't. Donvale clean it up here nicely, so they can run on here if she breaks the tackle. Butler gets a handball out, but it's a little wide. Has a ball gone over the line? I think it's still in play. And we'll have a ball up. No, we'll have a free kick to Donvale on the far side wing. And we might be coming for a 25 there.
25 because Whitehorse player run through the where the player was about to kick.
And it's who heads deep inside forward 50, and a beautiful mark taken by Tanner. Back with the flight. A huge pack mark. She's been excellent today, has Tanner. She kicks and can't be marked. It was a nice defensive act there by number 37 for Donvale. Chopping that one out, and we'll have a ball up. Deep inside attacking 50 for Donvale. They look dangerous here early. They'll want to put some scoreboard pressure on early as the rain comes down. Tanner gets the hit out, heads towards Fisher, who gets the clearing kick. That gets chopped off by Crundle, I think it might be, out there for Donvale. The ball's still on the far side. Crundle gets a free kick against Fisher. Heads inside 50, pack forming. Tanner again gets hands to it, floating back, but it's Butler with the spinning move. Comes out of the pack and kicks it. Dodds chops it off. And we'll have a ball up.
Nikhila Butler, she's looked so threatening. She's had a couple of spin moves, just been able to evade so many players going inside 50. She just hasn't been able to find a target, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a case with their forward line, Donvale. So they get the free kick. Latino heads towards goal, and a nice mark taken by Ebony Rowe. Right at full back there. The umpire brings the mark back. Rowe looks up. Not too many options, so she just goes long. Heads in the Georgia Fisher direction, which is not a bad idea. The ball trickles over the line, and it'll be a Donvale kick. A half-forward flank for Donvale. They look to come inside again. There's Latino, but it bounces off hands. Fell in the end there to the Whitehorse player, and she was wrapped up by Latino, and we'll have another ball up. There's Tanner doing the ruck duties. That trickles out again. I think we'll have another ball up.
I have to say, just from before as well, Monica Latino, that was a good bit of play, like the good body work, and then being able to lock it in there, attacking 50.
It's a good start here for Donvale as Tanner grabs the ball out of the ruck. She's tackled, as is her fellow player. And the ball trickles out again, and Donvale will be sending it back in immediately here.
So Crundle with the kick here, and we'll for options inside 50. The deepest one there Silver, no mark taken. Trussler on the ground, wrapped up immediately. Umpire calls for it. Good tackle there by Jess Crundle, who is right up there for Donvale's best. Get the tap down, do the Vales, find Kent. She was wrapped up well there by Ella Morrison. They'll have a ball up here. Tanner got the tap. Only went in the direction of Latino. And there's a holding free kick. It's going to go. It is going to go to Latino. So a chance for her third. It's a good positive start for Donvale, and it'd be a reward for effort for if they kicked a goal here. It is Latino. And she'll kick, I'd say, from, we've got the perfect view of this, just from a bit of a tight angle. About 30 metres out. She comes in with that slow, deliberate approach. O'Connell trying to distract her on the mark. It's there. Latino with a crucial early goal for Donvale. 4-3-27 the Vales. Whitehorse 7-4-46. A reward for effort there, that first goal for Donvale. They had all the territory. We've played just under 6 minutes here in this final quarter, and
Boundary.
the comeback could potentially be on as we go down boundary side to Kate Green.
Perfect example of what the coach, Stephen Latino, said at the quarter break. He said, a great start, strong start, quarter three, keep it up. Great pressure, keep going, and you will be rewarded. And there's a reward. Whitehorse for the quarter break, their coaching team, just keep going, same again, keep the pressure on.
Perfect example there as Tanner smashes the ball forward for Whitehouse. She runs, gets the tackle, and we'll have another ball up. A perfect start there for Donvale getting that one. They really needed that. Put some pressure on Whitehorse. As the ball spills out from the contest, another great tackle by Crundle. We'll have another ball up. Crundle's been excellent today, especially with that defensive pressure. As Josh said, one of their best. As Cowley follows the ball forward, gets it towards Crystal Van. She can't pick it up, and Georgia Fisher's in there, gets a clearing kick with strength. Sends it to half forward. And it's Van who heads deeper inside forward 50 for Whitehorse. It spills over the back. Ebony Rose there. As is a Donvale player who's got to it first. She can't get the pick up. And we'll have another ball up. It was Castle there, in fact, for Whitehorse. Hartman just grabbed it out of the ruck for Donvale. Finally spills out, but the umpire wants to ball it up, I believe.
It's actually going to Whitehorse.
Looks like a free kick to Whitehorse there. Heading to Frawley. And now they've changed the kicker, so it's going to be Tracy that's going to send this ball inside 50 for Whitehorse now.
I was going to say, she could potentially go for goal. We've seen her kick, and she's got a decent boot on her.
She could get the distance. Perhaps the waterlogged ball would slow this one down, but she does have a boot on her. She's easily made the distance, but it's gone through for a behind to the near side. At 7-4. 7-5-47 plays 4-3-27. A 20-point ball game. You feel Donvale need the next one to get back into this game, Josh.
They do, and it's Butler with the kick in here this time. Just thumps it only to her opposite number in Georgia Fisher, who will cut this off. In fact, that was Bethan who was there applying the pressure. Fisher in turn applies the pressure on the Donvale player, and we'll have a ball up here. 8.5 minutes gone in this final quarter. Pioneers lead by 20. A goal here, and Donvale, they have a decent chance as the ball's tossed back up. It's going to be a free kick, and I think it's going in the direction of Donvale. As there's a player down. It's Hartman who's down. Bit concerning there. As the free kick will go in the direction of Donvale. So a chance to push further forward for the Vales. Big pack of players right at the half-forward flank here, and that's where Butler will go. Out the back, Whitehorse have the numbers. Oh, good tackle there by Jade McCormack. Gets the ball up there, and Donvale will want a goal soon as Whitehorse managed to get the tap down to Fisher. She's wrapped up by 2 Donvale players, and we'll have another ball up. Nearly halfway through this final quarter, 10 minutes gone. And the Pioneers lead 47-27. They get the tap down to Fisher. Her kick was smothered. Trying to run onto that one was Power. She does. Somehow manages to keep it in. On the ground there, Whitehorse ruckman. They're forced out of bounds. Donvale as the rain starts to come down. It continues to come down. They're up by 20 points, the home side, and they're getting stoppage after stoppage as they get the tap down, and they get the clearance though. Big pack of players, and wrapped up there was Riley Khan. We'll have yet another stoppage out here at Springfield Park, and Whitehorse attacking half. They get the tap down. Donvale player wrapped up there, and yet another ball up. They won't mind this, the Pioneers, one bit, as they managed to get the tap down. Can they get the clearance? They can't. Donvale with plenty of numbers around this. And is there a free kick being paid? No, there isn't. Just going to be another ball up. Clearance there by Cowley. She's going inside 50. Tracy will try to run onto this. She's beaten though. Good pressure applied there. Whitehorse pushing further forward. They find Parkhurst. Burst of speed. Gets the kick away. She was slung, and she'll get the free kick here, Will Parkhurst. So another chance here for the Pioneers to push further forward. And it's through their underrated midfielder, Parkhurst. Hands it off to Fisher. Just launches. It doesn't have the distance. It's kept in by Donvale. It might trickle out of bounds. No, they keep it in somehow. They find their target. Get the handball away there to Bethan. And they're able to clear their lines. It's into the middle of Springfield Park, where Whitehorse have the numbers now. They're able to cleanly pick it up through Ebony Rowe, who's going into the centre square, and there's a free kick to Donvale. McCormack was looking for the advantage, but the ball will be called back here, and there's a Donvale player down. This is what you want to see. This is very, very concerning.
It's Crundle, I think.
Yeah,
it's a big hit.
It's a massive hit, and she's gone up somehow. An amazing effort, and just
boundary.
As we go down boundary side to Kate Green.
It was more a stun of landing on the ground.
Does look like a hard surface, despite plenty of mud patches. As she gets the ball back here, and will just launch to centre half forward. Latino, the big target, got hands to it, but couldn't take the mark. Kick off the ground by O'Connell. It's all Donvale. McCormack couldn't pick it up. Whitehorse through Trussler are able to. They get the kick forward through Brianna Holland, looking for Georgia Fisher. Spoiled from behind there by Arisa Sparks. Good pressure by Fisher, maybe a bit too much. No, Donvale are able to clear their lines, maybe not for long. Whitehorse have the numbers. Good mark taken there by Brianna Holland. Looking for options inside 50, doesn't have too many, so instead goes into the middle of the ground. No mark taken there. Van's on the ground. What a game, what a second half she's had. Gets the kick away, finds her target. And the Pioneers can go inside 50 once more. Big pack of players. Donvale have the numbers. No mark taken, it's on the ground. And we'll have another ball up here. 13 and a half minutes gone. It's the Pioneers up by 20 as the ball is tossed back up. They get the tap down through Donvale. It's wrapped up, and we'll have another ball up.
Boundary.
As we go down boundary side to Kate Green.
Just a quick update on Hartman for Donvale. At presently, her wrist is being iced.
As Trussler gets the kick forward, and it's racing towards goal, but Donvale have a player back, and it'll be rushed over for one more behind for Whitehorse. It's now 7-6-48, plays Donvale 4-3-27. 14 and a half minutes gone. So we're just in a bit of a lull at this moment. Donvale take the kick in. Goes long towards Crundle. Comes off hands. And the player for Whitehorse has been wrapped up there, and we'll have another ball up on centre wing here. As the rucks go up, it's just bashed forward there by the Whitehorse player. Getting to ground's a Donvale player. Kicks it forward. And spilled out now. Tracy's got the run on. Tracy can go forward, but she's stopped in her tracks. I think we'll have another ball up inside 50 now for Whitehorse as they lead 7-6-48 to Donvale 4-3-27. 21-point ball game. So they ball it up again. Georgia Fisher gets the kick away, goes deeper inside 50. Donvale look to get out the other side. It's a long kick, but Crystal Van lays a great tackle, and that'll be holding the ball. A free kick to Whitehorse inside 50. A really important tackle there by Crystal Van, and she's had a great game today, hasn't she, Josh?
She has, particularly this second half. There's just that run and dash she provides on the wing. It's been on show today.
Absolutely, and also a great defensive player. She's had some really good tackles, crucial tackles that have saved the team, and she has a chance to put this one through. I think she's kicked it. That's a huge goal. At least 35 to 40 metres out there. Crystal Van, a massive goal, and that probably deflates the tyres of Donvale. It's going to be a long way back from here. And Crystal Van really deserved that goal,
Yeah,
didn't she,
she
Josh?
did deserve that. She has been phenomenal. 8-6-50 for the Pioneers. Donvale 4-3-27.
And she's still celebrating.
Good on her.
Clearly a bit of a celebrator, which is what we love to see. We always love to see players celebrating goals, and why wouldn't you? It's a great goal and all but seals the game for the Pioneers. It's almost the icing on the cake there for Whitehorse, who'll get their second win of the season as the ball's back into the middle here. Tanner got the tap down, looking for Trusler. It's on the ground. Cowley did well, shocked off her opponent. Got the handball away to Holland, who got the kick to the half-forward flank here. And out the back is Kyla Tracy, who can latch onto this ball, although she has to apply the tackle now on Emma Peake. And it's a high one. So the free kick going in the direction of Peake, who is looking for options down the ground here. Big pack of players. Trusler, chest mark there.
A great shepherd there from Tanner. Just bumped the opponent off the ball, made way for Trusler.
Did well, and I think it's safe to say we could probably give her our best on ground today. She goes inside 50, no mark taken. On the ground, Maslin. Donvale are able to clear their lines, not for long. Oh, Holland cuts it off, gets it to Fisher, who just thumps it. Has the distance, doesn't have the accuracy, and Whitehorse, they move to 8-7-55 to Donvale 4-3-27. 18 minutes gone here in this final quarter. They're going to enjoy this victory, the Pioneers there. Third consecutive one, including the Premier B Grand Final over Donvale, as they get the kick in here, do the Vales. Just stuck on the ground there. Trusler taken to the ground there by a Donvale player. They're able to clear their lines. Potentially not for long, though. Rose lurking around this. She might have injured herself again, and she does get up. There's a free kick being paid here to Bridget O'Connell, and 25. So she'll be advanced to centre half forward here, and will go inside 50 as the sun starts to peek out here at Springfield Park. She does so, go inside 50 now. No mark taken there, it's on the ground. And we'll have another ball up with just over a minute left here in this final quarter. And Whitehorse, they push further to goal, but it's rushed through for a minor score. 8-8-56, the Pioneers move to Donvale 4-3-27. We're into the last minute of this game. Dylan Smith, I'll let you bring us home.
Crundle takes the kick in here for Donvale. She's been pretty good today, has Crundle.
She has.
Picked up a lot of ball. She looks out to the far side, kicks up along the wing. She's got Latino there. But it's coming back through Crystal Van, another player that's had a great game today. Kicking that match-winning goal just earlier. A deep inside forward 50 for Whitehorse. I think they might be getting a kick here, are they?
Yeah, Donvale was the last touch, and the coaches have just yelled at their Whitehorse team, have a go, have a go.
So she's going to have a shot at goal on the siren, flicks it around. And did she get it?
I'm not too sure.
Haven't got a signal from the goal umpire yet. Not too much celebrating. No conclusion on that one. But a fantastic win here for the Whitehorse Pioneers. 8 goals, 8, 56. Plays Donvale, 4 goals, 3, 27. Josh?
What a great game for the Pioneers. They deserve this when they rushed out of the blocks in trying conditions, adapted to Springfield Park better, and they get the victory, their second victory of the season. Let's go through the major goal kickers.
I've just got Jared, Whitehorse coach.
Beautiful. We'll cross down to Kate Green. It will cross down to Jared. We'll cross down to Jared now. I think we're all in readiness. Jared, a great victory today. Second victory of the season. Must be really happy.
Oh, it was fantastic. And we did everything right today. Like, made every contest count, used the ball well, you know, good link up. It was just everything we wanted to see.
And we mentioned earlier about you guys adapting to the conditions early on. Is that what you hoped for, getting, you know, adapting to the conditions early on?
Yeah, we did. I think we put the pressure on the team to play wet weather footy because it was going to be in patches and the ground's quite heavy. And they did that. So that's all we can ask for.
We talked a lot about here your ground ball players, especially Trussler. She was really good at getting it out and kicking it inside 50. What did you think of her game today?
Yeah, she played really well. Another solid performance from her. I think our whole midfield group as a collective were all fantastic. They all did all the hard things with the first give and driving the ball forward and really looking after each other. So,
what do you think this win can do heading forward now? It's your second win of the season. You've got that back half of the year. Do you think that can be a platform to pick up some more wins in the second half?
Definitely. I backed this group in to get more wins on the board this year, definitely. So, and it's just a bit of confidence and just affirms that we're supposed to be in this division. So.
And just one final one from me, Jared. Georgia Fisher up forward and in midfield with the 4 goals today. She's such a remarkable player, and was that one of her better performances for the year?
It was definitely good from her, yeah. She just has impact wherever she goes. You kind of take for granted that she can do everything, and she does. So we're just very lucky to have her on the team.
Yeah, she's an absolute superstar of not just Whitehorse, but the entire Premier Division. Well, Jared, congratulations on the win. Go and celebrate it, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you to Jared Sun once again for joining us, and I can understand if he's a happy man. It's a really terrific victory.
I've also got Stephen Latino here.
As we'll cross down to As we'll cross down now to Stephen. Stephen, thanks for joining us post-game. It was a promising performance from the side despite the final margin. What you make of it?
I'm actually really proud of the effort we put out there today. Going into the game, we had, out of our 30 listed players, we had 15 unavailable. So called in 2 players to come help us out, and it's just showing the growth from the group. With how we started our season, losing by 60, 70 odd points to a couple of teams, we've really pegged it back in. Yeah, and just we're actually in the games now, and I'm really proud of the group and how much development they're going through in a really short time frame.
And you had plenty of dominance too, just, you know, and it came through the midfield. You know, Grace Hartman had a great game in ruck, and Monica Latino pushed up into midfield and looked very dominant up forward. Just just what you make of those two in particular.
Yeah, same. We're working really closely with Grace. This is her first year playing football, pretty much her 7th game. That was her first goal today. We're really proud of her in the first quarter. And yeah, we're just trying to develop them as quickly as possible and just throw in players in different places. Lats hasn't played too much midfield role at all. But with the players out, we knew she could go in there and found herself in defence a couple of times. But yeah, just a real workhorse all over the ground.
Yeah, Stephen, it's Dylan here. just in from that midfield group, like, just over the game overall, what did you think where the game was won and lost, really? You stayed in the game for patches, but there were just parts where they kind of blew you away. Where do you think it was sort of on the field where they got you?
I think they spread the ball really well, Whitehorse. So they have the numbers and they're really smart with how they use it when it's in close. They can find their players on the outside, and I think that second stoppage and those second efforts from us, we sort of lacked a little bit in that thing. If you saw our second quarter and the grunt work and how we really pressured them and put them under a lot of pressure to get that second ball out, then they started fumbling and we got on top a bit and we saw the frustration, and that's what we were trying to do. But they're really clean side and they got some good players in there that win the ball and win the second efforts as well. So I think that's where we lost it just there. Who
sort of stood out for you from Whitehorse?
Always Fisher. We always know going in. We got to put someone on Fisher, but she's a talented player and a really straight kick. I haven't seen anyone as straight a kick as her, and as well with Trussler in the middle. Those two make just a dominant duo, and we always look out for how they play, and we always got to make note of where they are on the field.
And just one final one as well. How do you feel like you can build on this performance in the last couple of weeks too, heading into the rest of this season?
Yeah, 100%. So we've sat down with the group and what we want to get out of the rest of the year, and it's a good sign so far. So like I said at the start, when we were losing by 60 and 70 and we've peaked it back the margin and we're staying in the games now, it's what's really promising about the group.
Stephen, we better let you go. Congratulations on the congratulations on a great effort, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you to Stephen Letourneau and Jared Sund coming on pre-game and post-game as well, which is always great to see. Well, I think for a player of the match, I think it's hard to go past Monique Trussler. Just that composure inside 50. Yes, Fisher kicked the 4 goals, but Trussler just provided such great delivery and worked so hard in midfield, Dylan.
Absolutely, and she was from the first quarter to the last quarter as well.
Yeah.
She really lit the fire at the beginning. Talking to Stephen Latino there, I think he's right to be proud of the Donvale players. They were really good. They showed a lot of fight in that game, and I think that Whitehorse were just too good in the end. It was just a class thing, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a class thing, and just being able and getting their chances inside 50 as well. They did really well. Did the Pioneers converting their chances as well? That does us the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round. Dylan, it's been an absolute pleasure being able to call alongside you today. You're continuing to make waves in the media team. We're off to Montrose for one of 2 men's match of the rounds this weekend. It's a big weekend, isn't it?
It's a huge one this weekend. Yeah, looking forward to the Montrose game. But yeah, pleasure to call alongside you too, Josh.
And we'll be back for another week in the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round next week. But for now, it's goodbye. And don't forget to tune in as well to Eastland Super Sunday tomorrow and the Eastland Match of the Round out at Montrose Recreation Reserve. But for now, we thank you for tuning in to the Deakin Uni Women's Match of the Round, which saw Whitehorse big winners getting their 2nd win of the Premier Division season.